a lot, but every minute counts. So, okay, well, every second, every minute, if I want to say it every minute, because it's a minute that it's gonna take them, right? Isn't it gonna take them about a minute, you said, on the study?
10 seconds per speed bump.
Oh, 10 seconds. Okay. Sure, go ahead.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'd like to say something. I don't have speed bumps, and people have wanted it. Although sometimes I wonder about it because it is a school. You go by there, and since there's speed bumps on that side, we get a lot of traffic down my street now. A lot of traffic, and I'll say this about. I understand that it looks like the fire department goes through those emergency services and stuff, but they have equipment that falls down. They got it hanging. That you got the suspension system, and I'm a suspension guy, specialist. So you ruin the suspension. It costs money, especially on this heavy equipment. So, and I do look at it. I think about, and I don't have speed bumps. I think about it a lot because of the high speed. What I'm getting at the end of the day, Chief, I want you to keep us safe. I want your officers to do a better. I know that people are gonna complain because they're getting tickets and all this. You gotta get them. You gotta get them, and that's just. I mean, Jesus Christ. We had one police chase, and it went down my street, kept going around, following me, came back around through my street 3 times on the high-speed chase. Like, oh my God! Now we would have had speed bumps. There would have been an accident there. But anyway, I'm just saying, I don't know if they can get to that. But if we have officers, I think that's get it done a little better. Let's stop that.
Thank you. So do we have a motion to take it for how, at what meeting? What, is that enough time for you? Because I don't want to, you have other,
No, it's fine. That's the 20th. Yeah.
or you give us the date. So let's not put a date, and then, you know what, we're going to table it, and we'll let you know for what meeting, as soon as we get the information. Okay? So do I have a motion to approve? Motion by Diego. Do I have a second? Second by Jamie. All those in favor? Motion carries 4 yes and 1 absent. Okay. No, and then just upload it later. It's not the camera? Okay. Okay. So now we can move on to the next item, which is, Sir, are you working on that one for the Fowler packing? Okay. Go ahead.
Mayor, Council, and members of the public, the subject is reimbursing Fowler Packing for a water main repair. So the staff recommends approving a recommendation to reimburse Fowler Packing at a rate of 50% of total cost for the city water main repairs. So on or about the week of March 8, 2024, the city of Parlier unexpectedly experienced a water main rupture in the area of Newmark and Manning Avenues. The impact from the large-scale rupture resulted in severe flooding, disrupting water services to residents, business, and the public facilities in the affected area. The roadways, including Fowler Packing parking lot, were submerged in 6 to 8 inches of water, impeding Fowler Packing regular business, further creating hazardous conditions for pedestrians and vehicles. Believed to have been located on the premises of Fowler Packing initiated immediate repairs to mitigate the impact on the community and resume daily business. The leak was later determined by Parlier City engineer to be located on city property. Repairs in the amount of $25,814 were incurred and paid for by Fowler Packing, for which staff is recommending, at the request of Fowler Packing, 50% reimbursement in the amount of $12,907. The swift action on behalf of Fowler Packing provided immediate relief to residents experiencing discomfort from lack of fresh water, and additionally aided in reducing hazardous roadway conditions. The fiscal impact, as I mentioned, is $12,907. So that, Javier probably knows a little bit about it. When we had that rupture and there was large bodies of water that covered that whole intersection, that area. And I would like him to speak on how that was determined to be city property versus Fowler packing, what we believe.
Yeah, so we have some agreements where we have a water main that comes in from Manning Avenue into the facility. We take care of all the repairs naturally that are inside of the city property, like on the sidewalk of Manning or on Manning Avenue itself. Those are our responsibilities. This was so close to the boundary of our property and their property. So they just said, you know what, we're gonna hire somebody to come out and fix it because they need it fixed as well. It's a main that feeds their facility. And we were working together hand in hand, and they said, don't worry, we'll get it for now. And once we find where it's actually leaking from, then we can talk. Well, after they actually uncovered all the asphalt, because water comes out from everywhere, then we found out the leak was in our property. So they were actually being kind and paying for 50% of it, when in reality, it would be us paying for all of it.
We're working together. Any questions? Any from our public?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so do we have a motion to approve? Motion by Diego, do I have a
Second.
second by Janie? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 4 yes and 1 absent. Next we have is the presentation from Assistant City Manager to move forward with recruitment. And I think that's the one that you were saying, so go ahead.
Mayor and council, like I said previously, that the council had directed me to get some information on recruitment. I did contact a couple of companies and some have responded, and like I said before, the range is from 18,000 to 38,000, and they will do everything that we need them to do to recruit a city manager.
Okay. Any questions? Any from our public? For a city manager. So, okay, so then what are you guys gonna do? Are we gonna motion or are we gonna just not do it? I know that this conversation started at the last meeting, and you guys were saying that you don't wanna move forward with that. So is it still the same answer? We're not moving forward with recruiting, finding a company that can actually do the recruitment? I just need to know what we're doing. If we're just gonna not move forward or move forward with that.
For me, excuse me, not move forward. Not right now.
There's two that said no already.
So what are you?
It's dead. That's
No? Okay, so you mean, do the roll call, please, because what do you mean that it's dead?
There's two people that already voted, and there's only 4 of us. That means
Roll call. Not, you still have a majority, which is three can vote yes or vote no.
2 already voted no. It's only me and you.
Okay, so okay, just do the roll call, please. I'm
Just
not
do
gonna go
roll call.
debate that. Jesus. Go ahead, do a roll call, please.
So what is the motion?
The motion is to either move forward, and she already said no. So she doesn't want to move forward. So that's the motion. She does not want to move forward with the recruitment. So roll call, please, with not moving forward with the recruitment. I think, well, Janie
Yeah,
motioned.
I motion.
And Kathy second, so. Moving forward, yes.
No.
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 Okay, so motion carries. We are not moving forward to find a qualified city manager. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now we can move on to the next item, which is, council.
Are you gonna say one? The
Oh, that's
votes
right, I'm
and-
sorry. Debbie, you need to go ahead and approach the podium. I forgot that you were gonna continue. Three not, okay, 3 no's and 1 yes.
One absent.
Yeah.
Forgot to say that.
I gave, I opened it up for public comments, but nobody, is it? Go ahead, since, you guys didn't hear it.
When I made a comment that basically I'm very concerned that sometimes we rotate city managers from areas that they were not good and they got fired. They got fired in Houston and then they got hired in Parlier, they fired in Parlier, they got fired in Tranquility or any other city. So I'm just gonna ask you to please be careful on that.
We're not recruiting though. We're not actually,
I know, but I'm asking you guys to make sure that
We do.
the recruitment is that it should not be
we're not doing that.
it's my turn.
You're not understanding.
I know that you're not recruiting, but when you start recruiting,
We're-
you're not making sure I know that.
It's dead.
I know it's dead right now, but if anybody, don't hire anybody that has been fired or that
We're not, okay,
Thank you.
Humberto, what you're not understanding is that they're not wanting to move forward. That what they said the last meeting is that, that they want to keep chief in that position. So you're saying that we're gonna keep him temporarily?
they might change their mind in the next meeting, I don't know.
No, I don't understand what
Thank you,
mean.
Humberto.
But anyways, go ahead.
So this is for the city manager, right?
Correct.
So are we gonna get a new city manager? If we do, how are you gonna find it? Or
We're not. That he's not, no, we're not. That's what they're saying.
Not right now.
What they said the last time is that they liked Chief there and they wanted to keep him. So if they're changing their minds now, but that's not what they said the last meeting.
He's not up for it, but he's there now.
You will get further notice on that, but right now we're gonna keep chief. Thank you.
Uh, Well, well, they could. They don't. They choose not to. You know, if you ask a question, you can ask. But if they choose not to, they don't have to. But that tells you that they don't. They don't want to say. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know, because I always give my reason behind everything. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
As we saw an hour ago, the Academy of Excellence and Chief being our acting city manager, there's a lack of communication. So we need to move forward so we can have someone who has that one hat that is able to communicate with the different departments and staff. Chief is wearing 2 heavy hats right now.
Mm-hmm.
Really appreciate it, Chief, but we need someone.
Exactly.
We need to move forward. It's gonna continue. You're gonna hear more lack of communication. That needs to stop. Director of Academy of Excellence has been saying this has been nonstop. So we need to fill the positions. And I also hope that the council or mayor, staff, whoever is in recruiting, or we need to vet ourselves because we know what the issues are here. Sure, you can hire the headhunters, great, but I believe we need to be questioning, vetting.
Yes.
In the vetting as well, because we know our issues. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. So then, Debbie, I think you were the last one.
Okay, so I was gonna ask you some questions, Debbie. And first of all, is the green light on?
Oh, now it is, okay. Go ahead.
Just like what Rachel said, and I understand what you were saying that too. You were mentioning it, that there was not communication between administration and you. How are your meetings been going? Your staff meetings since she's been on board? Are they being more productive? Is it worse than it
They've
was?
been very productive. They've been very productive. I know other city managers past. I know a lot of times they would have us on a 1-to-1. And I remember we used to have a city manager that would always gather us together because his intent always was every department needed to know what was going on in every other department. This way, when the community asked us what was going on, we didn't look foolish and stand there and say, I don't know. You know what I mean? So that I like that with the chief, that he does bring up, everybody knows everything that's going on within the city. I know, what construction or whatever it is that Javier's doing, what Jeff's doing, so we're all informed in regards to the different criterias that are going on with every department. So if someone were to ask us, we might not be able to give a perfectly detailed of everything, but we could more or less explain something or another that's going on, or who to direct whatever problem or whatever issue was being asked of us, to who we would direct that to.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure that it's clear that, Chief is being informative with you guys, with the department heads, and you're not being just, not heard or listened to.
No,
So I'm glad that's happening. I did ask for a detailed report for your fundings, and I know that we had talked about it, and I had talked to Bertha, and I'm back with the $47,000 that the city had to pay back from the general funds to the education department, because, and I know you were talking about it prior meeting, but you had to stop. You were asked to stop. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. And I understand what the mayor's saying, her concerns about you spending, or the credit card spending for the almost $600 or $500 or something. My concern is
500.
Well, because it was like
The two
300
different-
and 200
Oh,
and 300
okay.
or
Oh,
something
I was gonna say, wait a minute,
for the
no.
McDonald's or something. Yeah.
It's about $600.
Yeah. So, but when I see numbers like this, and I did ask, because on the detail report, it said they did fix a sandbox. They did the sandbox, and I did ask. It was a sandbox. I think they fixed the sidewalk, and they took a tree trunk out, which was going to be a project that was going to cost around $15,000. Correct?
What fiscal year are we talking about?
We're talking about 2019.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. So on the detail report, it showed. My thing was, if the project cost $15,000, why would the city pay small increments of $4,999.99? Because apparently, if anything that's spent either from the city or from the education department, if it's $5,000, it has to come to council and it has to go to the education department. Correct?
It needs
has
to
to
be
be
approved.
approved by them, by both.
Any item above $5,000 needs to be directed to California Department of Ed for prior approval.
And if it comes to council, it has to be approved through council if it's over $5,000 or over. But because it was paid in 3 payments of $4,999.99, and you're gonna ask for the copies.
That didn't have to go to
That didn't have to
Department
go
of Ed.
through council or Department of Ed.
No.
But the project was $15,000. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a Javier thing that
You weren't aware of that?
Of the
They
payments,
cut it
how
up, they
that
can
would,
cut up
how
a
the
project
breakdown
like
was.
that?
I know what the initial cost was, but the
I'll show it to you.
breakdowns, the
Then I'm
breakdown.
asking because I know
Hey,
that
hold
you
on, hold
have
on.
your meetings with the last city manager and all the managers that we had before on a weekly.
Can I
pertaining,
finish, please?
pertaining,
Can I finish, please? I had the floor,
pertaining,
please.
because I'm asking her a
Well,
question.
let me finish.
We just got told not to be interrupting. Okay, go ahead, Janie.
Pertaining the 15,000, she's saying 15,000, correct? So you weren't, my question is, you were never aware of it?
Of the 15,000?
And you never discussed this with the last city manager, that she was gonna do that? Because I'm not the city manager, so whatever happens between your guys' meetings, because I know that, I know for a fact
Can I
that you
finish?
discuss of all the
Debbie,
concerns
answer
and all the
Janie.
projects that you're working
Block
on
Elma
at the
out.
Academy of Excellence with the city manager, correct?
In regards, in regards to that, that was the work that we had someone come in and do. You and Sonia came out with him, and we went through the items
you
that
were aware.
they were going to be
So you were aware.
correcting of that. I didn't know that there was going to be a breakdown like that, but I knew what the expense
So
was going to
you-
be.
I didn't know what the expense, I know that what he was gonna work on, you sat with her in your meetings every week to discuss of all the issues with your department, because that is your responsibility when you meet with her or whoever we have as a city manager, and you discuss the issues within your department, just like every department head does. When you come on Tuesday, you meet with the city manager.
We
you
discuss
guys go
we
over those
we
issues.
discuss
Wait, wait,
we
wait, wait, wait.
discuss
So you
what
were
is
aware.
going on in our department. We bring up whatever topics we have that are coming up or whatever is happening.
That's
now
what you do, yes.
again, there have again, and I will say it, you know, I can scream it from the rooftops. There have been plenty of times that things are done without department, and I will say myself, department heads knowing, and I'll use the roof as an example.
You were complaining about the roof
wait, Debbie.
over a year.
Excuse me.
No,
Hold on.
the roof. The honest truth is
You
that
contacted me about the
that
roof.
roof has been discussed for over 15 years.
Okay, so you were aware.
And people would come out, do small repairs, whatever it was.
I remember that.
But when the actual process of repairing that roof was being done, I was not included in that.
Yes, you were.
No, ma'am, I
Yes,
was
you
not.
were.
No, I was
Yes.
not.
Can you tell the community who was involved?
So
The only time that it was
Wait, so
brought to
then
my,
you never
the only
discussed it
time it
with
was
the last-
brought to my
Deb,
attention
Question
was
is-
when I
excuse me.
had to select the tile. But that was already after
So
everything
you
had already.
did select the tile for the roof.
Yes, I did. I
Okay, so
select
then
the
you
I
were-
select the
Okay.
color of the tile, but that was after contracts and everything were already approved. I was
You
never
know,
issued that
The
information.
conversation that
Hey,
that
wait,
that
no,
chief
you need to
mentioned in an email
me a chance to-
about that roof, and
need to
and
wait, your
and chief said that could have been approved even if you would have submitted it late.
I mean, come on.
No,
So you never submitted it.
no.
She has not let me talk, not even from the first time. This is
So
the
the
second
question
time
is-
that I'm asking her to please stop and give me a chance.
The way I view it is she chimed in because of an answer that
Yes, that she
No,
gave.
she did not.
Yes, I did.
She just started talking like she does.
Chime in is that
Because-
I spoke
And I
about
stopped.
what you said.
And I stopped.
so
Okay.
I would just ask,
Just go ahead,
then you
Janie.
just want
It's
me to say
okay,
it?
Neil. Let her go.
just ask that you guys refrain.
Let her go. Let her go. But you did know
No, no.
because you selected the
After-
tile.
no, no,
go ahead.
you guys
Go
had
ahead.
already
Go
signed the
ahead.
contract.
Go ahead.
Okay.
This is from 2019,
So-
and I know you were aware.
No, I
Go
was
ahead.
not.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
Yes,
Okay.
you were.
No.
Okay,
No.
so. Okay, so this was done in November of 2019. One payment was done November the 8th, one payment was done November the 14th, and one payment was done November the 26th of 2019. In June of 2019, the council approved for the mayor to pay her $110 per day per diem and mileage from her house to come and do city business. So she had
That
a
was
desk.
never done.
She had
Those
a
are
desk.
false allegations.
Excuse me. You want to? You can look at
Mileage,
the minutes. You
Bertha.
can-
Did I ever give
okay.
mileage? I
This
never even
is-
put in for mileage. So quit your fabricating already because this is just political.
This
You-
is agenda. If you want to look it up on the internet, look it up under our agendas. Under our agenda. This is the minutes.
Agenda.
These are the minutes from the agenda. And it is for, the minutes were done.
Read it. What does it
Thursday,
say?
June the 6th of 2019.
What does it say?
Says it was an item and it got pulled to closed session and it was pulled and it's item number 9. It says pulled authorization to pay standard per diem to Mayor Beltran for operating city business. And then there was a vote on it and it was motion and it got approved. And it was 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
It
Where's
was
the mileage?
Motion to approve an amount of $110 to Mayor Beltran plus mileage for conducting city business. Vote 5-0 and carried. I don't know how the mayor voted because you cannot vote if it's something benefits you financially.
Can you chime in on that?
No, I'm not done yet, Neil. All I'm trying
You're
to say
never
is
done.
that
That's the
you were
problem.
there. No, you
You're
never
stuck
stopped.
on the path.
You never stopped.
You're
okay,
stuck
this
on
is
the
my
path.
question.
She's
This is
doing
my
it
question.
again, so you guys won't hear.
Doesn't matter.
Excuse
I
me.
can do it.
About the roof. Okay, it's on the detail report. You guys can have a copy. You guys can ask for it. It's your right to find out where our money, where the funds are going and stuff.
I went to the
So
roof.
the roof got paid on November the 14th of 2019, $20,000 was paid on the roof. December 13th of 2019, another $20,000 was paid on the roof. Okay, it was sent to us $50,000 that we were not approved by the education department, but we only paid back $47,000, correct? Okay. So my question was, on June 30th, 2020, why was there a transfer of $50,000? So I don't know.
Transfer where?
If Sandra's here or
He left, but transfer to where? Transfer to what? Don't give us half information. Transfer to what? You just said transferred. Transferred where?
Okay. What I was told when I asked about the $50,000, because I said, well, if they paid $40,000 for the roof, and then they paid maybe it's like another $15,000 that wasn't even reported because, of course, you stayed under 1 penny, so you didn't have to bring it to council or to the education department. It still doesn't come out to $50,000. So I did ask, and what was sent back to me was the $50,000 that is on the detail report. There's no backup paperwork
There's
for
no
it.
backup.
No backup paperwork for it.
And
Not
whose
one-
whose
not
responsibility
one
is that?
Not one backup
I
paperwork
question.
for it.
I question.
Who did you
that,
question?
The previous finance director.
And what did you ask her?
I asked her what that was from, and I was just told that it was a transfer of funds.
Transfer to where?
I have no idea. She wouldn't tell me.
And you didn't ask the city manager? You didn't move forward with anything?
I asked the city manager in regards to that, and she said that the finance director would be the one that would have that information. I do know that we did look for backup on that. Didn't find anything. It's a manual transfer, but I have no idea what it was.
So what did the auditors say when, I'm sure, because
doesn't show where it
it was brought up when the auditors were here. So what did the auditors say? Did they have any findings on that? Because I'm sure an auditor
Not gonna be
is
looking at something that you do not.
So then now they don't audit. So what's the point of
I
auditing?
didn't say that. I did not say that.
Okay.
I did not say they
Auditors
do not
come
audit.
in and you're going to tell me that Jurabu, the one that works on your facility, so he didn't review any of that?
The auditor,
Didn't ask
the
him?
auditor only reviews what is given to them.
That is
I'm
incorrect.
on- yes,
It
it
is
is.
not. It is
They
true.
give you a list
Why?
because
they
you
place a-
provide them the information. They give
I
you
only
the list.
provide them. I only provide them
they don't
information
just say,
in
give me what you want
regards
to let me
to
look at.
our
That is
facility.
not how it works.
What is provided to
worked
an
for
auditor
nonprofits before,
is
and they do
regarding
not do that.
finance comes from the finance
So
department.
now you're
we have
saying
nothing
that
to
they're
do
not
with
doing their fiduciary responsibility to make sure that the audit is completed correctly and in the best
we go
way.
again.
You're saying you're
I'm
you're
not saying
credibi-
that.
Debbie,
that-
this was in
'cause
29
You're
Debbie.
saying that they
Saying that.
because
I am not
you're
saying that.
saying
No,
your
I'm not saying
statement
that.
is
You're putting
that
words in her
they
mouth.
don't come and ask for documents, that you give them whatever you want.
No, she
No,
did
not
not.
whatever I want. I'm
Then
not the
who
finance director.
You
Who?
give.
I am not the finance director.
So you don't have documents in your office.
what I have are
So you don't
children's
provide
that
nothing, because I know that
what
they go to
I
your office too.
provide, okay, if I may finish, please. What I provide that auditors review at our facility are
They
our
review,
attendance,
exactly.
our attendance records, the fiscal reports that I submit, but I have the backup of what the finance department gives me in order to fulfill those reports. I provide them with absentee slips. I provide them with our family files. They review what our family income provides us and all the documents that are in our files. They also review that we have our licensing. They review that our fees are paid. Those are the items that get reviewed by our department, by the auditor for our facility.
For your information,
when it comes to the financial portion of it, it does not come to us at all. They come to City Hall and they review the documents here. Now, upon that, whatever is presented to them is what they look at. If something is not presented to them, they're not going to look at it.
You just said it. You said whatever they review, right?
Yes.
Because they have to review.
They ask the city.
Review, because
They
they're
ask the city
reviewing
for the
documents that are
documentations.
being presented. So once they review that, then they ask you for other information that they may need to verify if there's anything questionable. Because you're not going to tell me that they just come in and say, okay, give me whatever you want me to give.
No.
What you want to give me so that I can just look at what you're giving me. Auditors don't do that.
No.
Auditors come in and they audit and they tell you, once they find stuff that they want to review further, they give you a list. Give me these files. That is what they do in every agency that I've worked for, that they do that. Kathy, I wasn't a groundskeeper like you. Okay, so the thing is that they ask you for documents, okay? So if you're going to tell me that they didn't do their due diligence and they overlooked things because they didn't want to ask for more information, so then now what we need to do, that's what she's insinuating, okay? Because you guys may not want to. That's what you're insinuating, that they just look at whatever you give them. No, they do not.
Words in
So
her
what
mouth.
we need to do, Bertha, is contact Bryant Jolly.
No.
Yes, we
Isn't
do.
don't they review what the finance
Bryant
director
Jolly,
gives you?
and
What the
ask
finance
them
director gives you, they review
if
that,
they
right?
just come in.
Okay.
The question is, if they just come in and they look at whatever is just presented to them. That is what she said,
From the
correct?
finance director.
So then ask them if that is what is how they do their protocol, because I know it's not. So that's what needs to come out.
So
Because if anything, then
I want
you
a motion
can.
to
So what
have
we
the
can
state-
do for the 20th, ask
The-
Jarabu if he can just come in.
because they're different. Okay, Debbie, go ahead.
That's what we can do.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yes, please.
I think in order to squash all of this, maybe we should contact California Department of Education Audits and
I have.
Investigations
I
for them
have.
to come in and
So has-
review
so has the
our
Chief,
all
have
our
you not been
finances for the last
communicated
5
with the
fiscal
Department
years.
of Ed? You
and,
have.
and you know, and
Go
and
ahead.
it's-
Say
it-
what you got to
you know,
say, because this is what they think. They think that the contract is with the city, is not with you,
No, I
the Department of
understand.
Education or Debbie
Understand
Cardenas.
that. I
Okay?
understand
So
that.
the question always comes up, because we're charging for rent, because we're charging for utilities.
questioning
Yes,
that.
it has been. Okay? I'm not saying for right now,
Questioning
but you
right now.
always have brought that up. If the Department of Ed has no problem for the city to get reimbursed for that service, then it's no problem. Just because you may not like the fact that we're using the money to provide services for the kids, yes, we as the council, as the city, just because you guys have an agenda, I don't have an agenda. My thing is to make sure that we provide the city. Because if not, then maybe we shouldn't even have the program anymore. Because obviously,
That's a threat.
Because if obviously,
That's a threat.
That is
because if
for our
obviously,
community.
Threat
if
to the
we're not
community, to the
doing
families, to the
services
parents and the
for the
kids. That's a
then
threat.
what's the purpose?
I would
20
like for you
kids,
to ask that
20
to the parents
kids
of this
We don't
is
have
community.
20
not
kids.
enough.
They really
we
need
don't
to
have
benefit
20 kids.
this
Orange
program.
Cove has over 100 kids, and we only
We're
have
not
20.
talking about that. Let's go back to
20
the subject
kids,
of the
but
city
yet
of
the same
Parlier.
amount of staff for 20
That's
kids.
why she distracts
That
everybody.
is why, to me, If that's the problem, and then the problem can never move forward, because at the end of the day, the contract is with the city of Parlier.
Okay.
And the chief did communicate with them, and they told him there was no issues. The issue is the staff.
Okay.
The staff have the issues. The staff shouldn't have any business in what the city is working on with the Department of Ed. Because if the Department of Ed has no problem with what the city's doing, then why are you questioning the city? That's the thing.
That's
The
what we had to pay back.
47,000 was because they did not submit the request for approval.
Okay, my question.
If you don't
my
submit
question-
it, you
Because they
cannot
did it
get
on their own.
Wait,
So if you guys don't want
This
to
request was never
acknowledge
submitted because it was not brought to my attention.
that's what you're saying.
That's
I
a
wasn't
fact.
there.
That's a
So I
fact.
can't. It's your word
But
against
you were
hers.
in the
Hey,
office.
did she have her desk in there
documents
when
for
this
that.
happened?
in the office with
You
her.
were there.
How was I there?
Did she have her desk in there? Was her desk
Alma,
there?
And I came in December of
You know
29.
what, Janie?
No.
You
no,
just
you
wanna
asked
put
me.
Debbie.
No.
there.
Was
and
her desk in there when this happened?
A question.
The
Just-
vendetta and
Look,
all it's about.
Look, I don't
is
care. It's not a vendetta, but this is the
But
truth.
to me,
in
that's the
2019,
thing.
why
If
don't
we're
you let
gonna
me talk? Because
continue
you know I'm telling the truth.
What in 2020?
In 2019, in December of 2019, when I got laid off from the
That
Academy of
Debbie
Excellence,
made the
from the
recommendation,
Academy of
and so
Excellence,
you got laid off, and you did make
your
that
desk.
recommendation.
Excuse me. You had your desk in Sonia's office when I came in to talk to you girls, you ladies.
Because you
and I-
wanted to see how
no,
we could fix
I did
it.
not.
And I told you
I
we
did
couldn't.
not.
Debbie
I
made
came
her
in.
decision.
I came in to sign a form, and I got a letter saying that when our enrollment went up, that I would be able to get my
That
job
is-
back.
who
So
did it come from?
you had a desk.
Who did it come
in
from?
Sonia's office.
Who did it come from?
Well, of course, Sonia was the city
That's
manager, but
because
I'm
she's
not
the city
saying that.
manager.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you gave me the
That's
letter.
okay.
I'm
Sonia
saying
can do what she
you
wants.
were
Because
in that
you're-
office.
You, are
You
not
had a desk
educatable.
there.
You
You
cannot
had
get
a-
educated. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
well,
sorry.
It's public
I would not want to
information
get
that she
educated
made
by
30
you. That's for sure.
It-
That is for
it's
sure.
okay.
Okay, my
Diego,
question was...
and your dealings, your
um,
side hustle.
Israel-
Come on.
Israel?
What do you do?
I'm
How
a
do you afford what
tweaker.
you
He's
have?
a dealer.
Israel?
Yes.
My question was,
Yeah,
there is
that's
no...
She had her
paper
desk in there.
For these
That's how she ran the
$50,000.
city.
Influence
Where
right
did they
now.
go? That is my question. Whatever... My question and my concern is...
Yeah, you can't get-
where
you're
did these
stuck on the past.
$50,000 go?
Stuck on the fact that I got to produce.
Where did they
stuck
go?
on the fact that no, it's not.
That's
you
my
guys been
question.
using that for how long? It's since been
Apparently, we don't have
2019.
no backup paperwork for it.
You cannot do anything about it because
Okay,
you know what?
Debbie, I have one more question.
There's nothing there. You just
Kathy,
can't.
excuse me. I have one more question. Last year, you had all these funds that came in that needed to be used through the education department that needed to be used. And I remember, I'm pretty sure everybody remembers, the city, and I say we because I'm part of the city council, we gave you 4 weeks to, not even 4 days. I think it was it about 4 days for you to spend it?
Oh, it was maybe about 4 weeks, but it's not gonna, any equipment or purchase approvals through Department of Ed usually take between 30 and 45 days for us to get a response.
But we didn't give you enough, you did not get enough time.
No, not
to be able to do that.
Not
So,
to spend
okay.
all of it.
So
I did
this
spend, I
year-
spent, but not as much.
Okay, but this year, how is the program this year? Were you able to spend the funds I've been giving? Because I know where the education department is getting $20,000 every 3 months.
Yes,
Are those being utilized? Are you?
those are not being utilized.
So, and if we only have till the end of June,
Yes.
30th, the last day of June. If those funds are not spent, they're gonna go back.
Well,
Correct? I mean, I know some of them could go into the reserve.
we have a maximum amount in our reserve account that we can hang on to, and I do believe it is $225,000. Last year, at the end of the fiscal year, we still retained 73,000. Right now in our reserve, we have 158. So if you add that 73 that they may tell us to put into that reserve account, we've already gone over. So some of that money may have to go back, as well as any other monies that we might have for this fiscal year. Again, I'm trying to purchase a car. I don't know that that's going to go through with Department of Ed. I know the air conditioner will, because that's a safety issue for our children. And just basically, we're just having repairs done there at the center. So just any overtime that Public Works is doing is also being added onto our budget, because they're having to work on weekends to ensure those things are getting done.
Good.
That we're going to spend all this year's money, I don't know, but I do know in regards to the additional monies that I've applied for, which comes out to $126,000, that's still there. That's apart from our $1,511,000.
Well,
Okay.
now we
so-
have a finance director, somebody that can help you
It-
you out and look into all this and how
Is it-
that can be moved forward.
So are we
Hopefully,
done
you
here?
can finish. They can finish all that before the end of before the end of the fiscal year.
So are we done? Is that all you needed to
that's-
report? Okay, because we're still stuck on 2019. But anyways, so let's.
Well,
be
maybe we
stuck on
can have our new
2019 for a
finance
long
director look
time.
into it.
It's stuck on the same stuff, and we don't move forward, and that's
Because
why
you don't
we're
want
stagnant.
nothing. You don't want anything.
Stagnant. All you
to-
focus is on me and
you don't
not the
want it.
city and the benefit of what the city and the community can
That's
benefit.
what it is.
But
You're-
now
She
we
didn't
can
pay
go
the
ahead and
bills, and
move
she's
on.
telling us that we're
Neil,
messing
can you
up the
please
city?
go on with the
Oh my
closed session
God.
item, because I'm not going to entertain this nonsense. Go ahead.
Thank you. I didn't want to do.
It's
either.
nonsense. It's ridiculous too.
She didn't pay the city bill.
Okay, is there anybody else that wants to talk about our
Moving our
closed session item? Nope. Okay.
She says crooked is a $3 bill like Trump said. Like Trump said.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Oh,
crooked is a
Kathy,
$3
please
bill.
stop. You continue all the time. Meeting adjourned, nothing to report.